Politics and geopolitics news. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has issued a decree allowing the suspension of concessions to U.S. entrepreneurs if the United States imposes duties of 50% on Brazilian goods starting August 1st. Trump, a good deal for everyone, just got done with Indonesia. Sachs said the US should not sell its top AI chips to China. Sachs, it's important for us to take market share away from Huawei in China. Sachs, curbing US chip exports increases demand for Huawei products. Financial and stock market news. Trump, interest rates in the USA are very high. Each point costs $360 billion. More than $1 trillion in short-term U.S. bills are expected to hit the market over the next year and a half after the debt ceiling is raised, as the U.S. Treasury Department needs to replenish its shrinking cash balance and simultaneously finance the country's huge budget deficit. Nvidia's market capitalization is 3.6% of global GDP, Deutsche Data. Nvidia is the largest publicly traded company in the world. Its market cap recently surpassed $4 trillion. China recently printed $700 billion at once. China, GDP, 2Q 2025. Coke equals plus 1.1%. YOY equals plus 5.2%. China's second quarter GDP topped expectations at 5.2%, easing expectations for additional stimulus, CNBC. Nvidia says it will soon resume sales of H20 chips in China after assurances from the US government. Tesla starts official sales of Model Y in India. Aluminum rose to its highest price since March due to escalating tensions in the Middle East and US. Trade barriers, kept. Cash in portfolios of international managers has fallen to an extreme low of 3.9%, all long in risk assets, historically a sell signal, July BofA survey. Investors maximize bullish February 2025. Risk appetite rises to 3-month high. Rio Tinto appoints Simon Trutt as new CEO. Ericsson reports better than expected. Tesla plans to double the number of its stores in Japan by the end of 2026, Nikkei. Germany, ZEW economic sentiment, July, equals 52.7. Eurozone, industrial production, May. MOM equals plus 1.7%. YOY equals plus 3.7%. TrendForce, China's robotaxi market will reach $44.5 billion by 2035. Barclays raised China's 2025 GDP growth forecast to 4.5% from 4%. Goldman raised its forecast for Brent crude for the second half of 2025 to $66 from $61. BofA survey shows investors are rushing into risk assets at a record pace. Chinese companies have started buying up Nvidia's AI chips again ahead of a resumption of sales, Reuters. BlackRock Q2 2025 earnings. Adjective EPS $12.05. Net inflows $67.74 billion. Revenue $5.42 billion. BlackRock's assets under management reach a record $12.53 trillion. JP Morgan Q2 2025 earnings. EPS $5.24 vs estimated for $1.47. Adjective revenue $45.68 billion vs estimated $44.05 billion. Wells Fargo. EPS $1.60 vs estimated $1.41. Revenue $20.82 billion, estimated $20.75 billion. Besant, decision to ease restrictions on Nvidia chips is part of negotiations with China. AMD will resume shipments of its AI chips to China as soon as it receives export authorization, the company. Citigroup. EPS $1.96 versus estimated $1.60. Revenue $21.67 billion vs estimated $21 billion. OPEC, global economic growth in the second half of 2025 could be higher than current expectations despite trade concerns. Fed independence is absolutely critical, JP Morgan CEO. Uber has partnered with China's Baidu to bring unmanned cabs to international markets. Geely and Zeekr finalize merger deal. Geely will buy back Zeekr shares for $2.4 billion, at $26.87 per ads. US, CPI consumer inflation, June. MOM equals plus 0.3%. YOY equals plus 2.7%. Core CPI equals plus 2.9% YOY. Canada, consumer inflation CPI, June. MOM equals plus 0.1%. YOY equals plus 1.9%. Core CPI equals plus 2.7%. JP Morgan CEO hints bank may increase buyback. World Gold Council, WGC, believes gold prices could remain in the current range in the second half of the year, allows up to 5% above current levels if the current global macroeconomic situation persists. Trump, Fed should cut rates by 3 points. Very low inflation. That would save $1 trillion a year. WTO report, world merchandise trade grew by 3.6% YOY in 1Q 2025. Growth in merchandise trade in 1Q was stronger than expected, but is expected to slow by year-end as high duties curb demand for imports. Tesla's top North American sales executive is leaving the company because of a sales slump, Wall Street Journal. Crypto World News. BlackRock's spot BTC ETF, IBIT, has become BlackRock's most profitable ETF ever, Bloomberg. Hedge funds have again built up record shorts in ETH futures, CFTC data. At the same time, BofA came out with a bullish review on ETH. Vanguard, through its funds, has become the largest shareholder in Michael Saylor's strategy. It already owns 8% of all MSTR shares, Bloomberg. Vanguard still doesn't give its clients access to spot crypto ETFs through its brokerage. Canada's Matador Technologies plans to raise CAD 900 million to buy BTC for its balance sheet. Cryptocurrency market capitalization has reached a new all-time high of $3.8 trillion. Dropstab, top crypto purchases by corporates and funds for the week. Corporates already hold more than half of the total amount of BTC in crypto ETFs, and this number is growing rapidly, June data. Corporates and ETFs are buying BTC much more and faster than miners have time to mine. Messari, tokenized assets on Solana surpassed the $420 million mark, equals up plus 140% YTD. Pump token trades plus 50% after officially listing on major exchanges on July 14. SharpLink Gaming has bought another 24,371 ETH for balance. NYSE Arca has officially confirmed the listing and registration approval of the ProShares Ultra XRP ETF and Solana ProShares Ultra Solana ETF. Lookonchain, the owner of 80,000 BTC untouched since 2011, has started transferring it to Galaxy Digital. Miner-Bit Digital to raise $67 million to further buy ETH for balance sheet. Standard Chartered said it has become the first global bank to offer spot trading of BTC and ETH. Sentiment notes large FOMO in BTC at the moment. Historically bearish. Kindlimed raised $52 million to buy BTC for balance. Canada's LQWD Technologies raised 2.3 million CAD to buy BTC for balance. British Active Energy announced the purchase of the first batch of BTC. The purchase amount was not disclosed. Telegram is opening up access to Ethereum-based decentralized finance, DeFi, with the launch of the TAC Core network, a third-party blockchain that connects applications on the Ethereum virtual machine, EVM, to the open network, TON. James Wynn deposited 468,000 USD on the Hyperliquid platform and reopened long on BTC with 40x leverage. The liquidation price is $115,570. Every trade he's made lately has been unsuccessful. He's already down $20 million. Just 2 days ago he deleted all posts in his account and seems to have decided to start from scratch. BTCS Inc. will buy another 2730 ETH for its balance sheet. XRP to hit new high after NYSE Arca exchange approved UXER ETF, analysts. Demand for spot BTC ETFs breaks records, Bloomberg. Inflows into spot BTC ETFs are one of the main bullish drivers in the market. Ripple is set to apply for a MiCA license to expand into the stablecoin market in Europe. ProShares launched Ultra XRP ETF and Ultra Solana ETF 2x leverage. Tickers, UXER, SLAN. Pudgy Penguins announced a partnership with Chinese collectible toy manufacturer Supplay. The Pengu token has risen nearly 250% in a month. Hungarian crypto traders who trade cryptocurrency on platforms that have not been licensed by the local regulator face up to 5 years in prison. U.S. Department of Justice has dropped its investigation against Polymarket. Citi CEO Fraser, Citigroup is exploring issuing its own stable coin. Crypto company Figure Technology plans an IPO this autumn. Bitwise believe that according to their supply shock model, BTC could hit the $140,000 minus $150,000 mark very soon. Supply shock equals corporates and ETFs are buying BTC much more and faster than miners can mine, plus few people want to sell. Long-term holders are de-risking and withdrawing their coins from exchanges.